Welcome to the Word Bible Software and thewordbooks.com. We're going to get into the Word Sneak Peek features part 1 today. As we look into this, you'll see we have the Word Sneak Peek help. I've had different ones help me with building this file, and it's been very beneficial. And if you want to help, if you get in and you know what's going on, please let me know. So we're going to get into the Sneak Peek help. There, it's divided into several sections: general, which is like overall in the Word, and Bible view, Bible search view, book search view. Going in here, you can download the Word Sneak Peek from Add Titles. A quick example of that is in here in Add Titles. Make sure you are in the Word Labs repository, and in here you get into various options. This would be the latest one right down here, and don't do two of them, because you only need one at a time. And go in here to the Word Sneak Peek version. There's also the Word Sneak Peek stable version that's just usually a little bit older version. And so that'll give you an idea of those. Let's go out. And in here we have new titles. We have some duplicate IDs. What's this feature? If you add in some books from various sources, usually not the official repository, we try to keep a pretty good handle on that. But in other places, maybe wordbooks.com or user modules, they have done duplicate IDs. They've duplicated an original ID, or they've not even added an ID. And what happens is this causes problems within the Word, and so we've tried to have this tool help resolve that. It tells you how to go through, and if you get one, you get a duplicate ID. It's go in, find that duplicate, and right click it and set this one as original, etc. And what you want to do also, if you're concerned about losing content, because there are times where it's actually an entire different module, different name, different content, copy that to your desktop, that module. First locate the file. So for example, I'll show you what I mean. Go into the module itself, go to properties, and here you'll see the name, and you can click on these three dots and you can go then to where that module is located at. And for example, in this situation, it's right in here. Let's see, should be in this folder, and I'm looking at, I've got a lot of stuff in here, but you go in there, get that file and copy it out to your desktop, then continue to work. That's always good to keep a backup like that. If you do have one and it's completely different and you want to change the ID itself, you'll need to use like an SQLite editor to modify that directly, that ID. Also, there's Bible titles sometimes, or Bible IDs that can be duplicate, and this tries to help you work through that also. Usually this is connected back to a Bible ID that's been duplicated. It's especially complicated if the author of that Bible encrypted it and yet duplicated an ID. That means you'll need to contact the author of the Bible and explain they're using a duplicate ID. We have layout, export, and import. So in here, you get into your layouts. You now can save a layout. Well, you can save it, but also export a layout. So if I wanted to export this one, I could export it into my desktop or anywhere, and then I could go and share it with somebody, and they could go in and import a layout from file. And this is a good way to share your layouts with your people you're working with. Continuing on, minimize view. Now you now have a minimize view option. Before there was, let me do another window, and I will put this into just a second. Okay, so note there was a minimize but that was more like a collapse, and that was in a column, which is very good. It's a very helpful tool. But we also now have a minimize here, which minimizes it, and let's hide my video for a second, which minimizes it down to a bottom area here, so you can access it later. At times, if you've synced it to other Bible views, it will probably keep up to speed, but that's something to investigate and check out. Let's restore that. If you are in a floating view, you can also minimize, and it'll drop it down to that same area. There are various items like that. Let's continue on. You can also go in here to minimize this view, and you can also restore it through here. Check these items out. Note, it's a toolbar. There's a toolbar minimize also. You can go in here and go this way and to minimize it as well. An important note on this view, this minimize, is actually a toolbar. So you could probably relocate it, let's see, to right there. And I want to minimize another one. And then you have two minimized view. So those are a couple items. You could probably move this toolbar out and just have it a floating toolbar. I would recommend leaving it down here, but you know, it's up to you. So there's also a maximize that will perhaps be something you can look into. And the maximize, I don't know if it's documented as much in the help, but of course there's the normal maximize, which is just in this view. It brings it up to the whole window. But there's also a maximize when it's floating, and that will it will maximize in the floating window. So these will give you some different ideas. Check them out. If you have a bug or something reported in the issues area of the GitHub, if you have access to that. And I hope this has been helpful for you as you begin to look through the features in the Word Bible Software Sneak Peek version.